then we have a total of 7.
7.
Yeah.
Who are the office bearers? Only the 3 of you, is it? Chairman, Secgen, and Treasurer. Any organizing sec?
Osman is the organizing secretary.
Okay. And
But the
then,
organizing secretary is not actually an official office.
Yeah. It's not
the
official.
constitution has provided only for 3.
Yes.
But the party, the CEC has also appointed him as the organizing secretary. Any more office bearers?
No, we'll be looking into it.
So you have 4 and plus 3. Who are, Frankie is a co-opted committee member. Then who are the other 2?
We have Mr. Kumar and Mr. Effendi.
Oh, okay.
Where is the family? Should we just need to come in? You should.
Can we have Soraya and Selina for the deputy heads of the women's wing to say something? Selina?
Yeah, I'm basically quite new to the party, but very adamant about the women's wing and bringing women to politics. And this will be one of the key factors that has attracted me to the party. So I guess working with the Reform Party will actually shine out some of the women potential that could be coming out from the next 2016 election.
Could you tell us more about yourself? What's your occupation, your age, and what kind of have you volunteered with any women's organizations or what?
Well, I have not. I've kept myself very quiet. I'm basically a regional director, dealing with all the telco and broadcast equipment before. I've turned housewife about a year ago, just to look after and take care of my 2 kids, growing up kids. Got myself into politics very, very involved, because we wanted to make sure that our children hasn't need to go overseas to study and call this home.
When do you join?
I just joined recently.
After election.
After the election.
So like what I asked, the impact of the party's performance or result at the G, what led you to join RP?
Well, basically it's partly because of Mr. JPJ Rania. That has inspired the attraction to join the party. I was very meticulous about looking at all the different parties and their manifestos and their objectives. Closest to heart will still be the Reform Party. So that's why I took a step forward and joined them.
Where do you stay?
I stay in Telok Blangah.
So it's
West
where
Coast.
they contested.
That's right.
But you attended other rallies, is it, for other parties? Or only Reform?
No, I did not even attend any of the
Not
rallies.
even Reform.
Not even the Reform Party. But I made that decision based on the fact, looking at their manifestos and their 5-year objectives.
How did you read? Or you went online?
Of course.
So you were approached or you were approached the party?
I approached the party directly. They didn't approach me. I approached the party.
So do you mind if you get your age?
I'm 43.
Okay, and your surname is
Chua.
Selina with
Mrs.
single N, right?
Double N.
Double N. Okay. Is there a reason why for double N? we have a candidate, an opposition candidate who changed her name for special reason.
Who was that?
No.
Madia. Maulila Madia added the 3 I's in the name.
You should maybe ask my parents why it's double N.
Okay, so 43 Selina Tang, right? T-A-N-G.
Chua.
Sorry.
Mrs.
Sorry.
Selina Chua. Thank you.
Mrs. Selina Chua.
That's
So
right.
your husband's surname.
Surname.
And you used to be a regional director in the telco industry.
In the telco industry and broadcast industry.
Okay.
So according to the press release, it says that you actually volunteered during the campaigning period. So what did you do?
We
Well,
have volunteers being helpers.
What did she do? What kind of what do you volunteer in?
well, I basically help them behind the office. I mainly come into the office and actually help them with some
Yeah,
campaign work. I didn't want to actually come out and say that I volunteer or show my face or wear a yellow t-shirt. Because I was still in that deciding factor whether I should really participate fully or should I step out. So I was
decided on these five? I mean, of course, West Coast, it's very contested.
Working on the branch committee, you were saying?
Yeah.
Branch committees and setting up the branch office, right? The physical office.
Yeah. If you all have realized that all the branches that we set up were the constituencies that we intend to contest during the 2011 election. Yeah.
Will you be planning one for Ang Mo Kio?
Sorry?
Will you be planning a branch committee or
Why is there no branch
office
committee
for
for
Ang Mo Kio?
where you contested?
Or you?
But I think Ang Mo Kio was, we went there, it was a last minute decision, and we did that in the interest of giving the residents, the voters of Ang Mo Kio, a chance to vote. It was quite last minute, but at the moment our main objectives are West Coast, Tanjong Pagar, Radin Mas, and Pioneer, and Choa Chu Kang. So Ang Mo Kio would be a secondary.
But would the Ang Mo Kio residents feel a bit, some of them might feel disappointed, that especially the 30% that voted for?
Well, we haven't abandoned it. It's
Yeah.
just that we're concentrating on the area. We're trying to maximize our resources.
When do you hope to get work get started on?
We have already started.
As in work on the ground already?
Yes, we have already started.
What kind of efforts are you talking about for this branch? Because it's not like the PAP branch where they have an office, it's not like kindergarten. What do you want to do in the branch?
Yeah. Basically, the branch heads and will bring down their committees to the located area. And then from there itself, they will start the walkabout with some of us present with them. And then they will be talking to people, having coffee talks, ensuring the presence there. And most importantly, is talking to the people, like what I've mentioned earlier.
How often will
And
be
we're also
carried
planning
out?
to move our office from here to West Coast. In fact, Frankie has been able to find us a potential location for our office in Clementi.
In Clementi, which part?
Clementi.
Central.
Avenue 2.
What's the reason for moving the office?
It is like what Mr. Kenneth has proposed to move his house over to West Coast.
So the house is not the office, right?
The house is not the office.
Is it?
It's not.
Not yet.
So talking about the branch activities, how often you plan to carry out this?
Yeah.
Okay, like what Kim Ming has said, 5 years is a long way down the road. But from there itself, we do not believe that it's a long way. So from there itself, we will be working on with the branch committee heads on the time. Basically, normally will be on the weekends, or even weekdays after their work, or whichever they are comfortable with. But obviously, we will be putting the efforts in. Yeah.
So at least once a week, is it?
It might be 7 times a week. Yeah.
When do you hope to move the headquarters to Clementi? Is there a target to shift over?
Yes, we are working on it.
By this year, end of this year.
Will be, we will be.
For the branch committees, is it just a committee that will be in the constituency, or will there be a physical office space to work out?
There will be it is a committee in the area. Yeah.
No plans to.
No, we will have our office in Clementi.
The
The
office.
branches will not have.
Right.
Branches, the office is the branches
Not
are
yet.
own.
Not yet, yeah.
We have to take one at a
Yeah.
time. Primarily, basically, our party is here.
The HQ, is it a shop house like here or is it a?
Well, I intend to move my business to Clementi. So, yeah, it's a double-story shop house. I think we are not too sure yet. The office will be on the second floor, it will be on the ground floor. We'll let you know later.
So you move your business to West Coast. He moves his house to West Coast. Office, you out of your shop house. What does the Kenneth
Well, we
say?
want to feel that we are nearer to the residents of West Coast.
But does the party have to pay rent? Do you?
Well, that is
We
between
need to
us.
see.
That's a confidential arrangement between us, and not a subject for discussion.
Can I just ask how the five? We already answered